What do you think is the significance of the legislative work on Article 23 of the Hong Kong Basic Law?
Well, of course, a lot of people who might not have the full knowledge and understanding would have immediate questions like, oh, why suddenly we need to have this particular article? Well, the first answer is this is not something as a knee-jerk reaction. It has been already decreed from even the start. In fact, it was written into the Basic Law. It only left open because, in fact, our central government was so confident, but also, in a way, embracing Hong Kong, to tell Hong Kong, since this is something that you yourself should decide what is best to protect yourself. So, A, it has to be done. It should have been done because it is there to help to protect ourselves. And now it is even more imminent because we had gone through 25 years, 27 now, and we had seen, in fact, the problem of not having it. We already had witnessed. We became even the collateral damage and the victim of not helping ourselves to defend our own situation. In every country and everywhere in the world, it is determined by law. So we should focus back on the topic, which is what are these areas that we want to see that would give us both the protection, but at the same time, in the spirit of the one country, two systems, which will also be important to maintain and preserve the quality of life for Hong Kong people that was also being granted under one country, two systems. There's no conflict here.
And let's say during last year's two sessions, some of your remarks left a deep impression on people. For example, you said that when someone say you are from Hong Kong and someone say you are from Macau, but you would rather say you come from the Guangdong-Hong Kong-Macao Greater Bay Area. What made you say so?
This is precisely where I feel that I could be of some contribution. Because as you hear, sometimes I cannot actually segregate. The same person is doing things that will involve a great part of my ability to, tap into the resources from Macau as well, too, also from Hong Kong. The better and the best way is actually to bring them together. Because in bringing, and not just bilaterally between these two SARs, but rather in the forerun, going into the next phase of building out the whole GBA, I think this is the kind of spirit. So if every one of us who are similarly well-positioned or who has already had your own way of basically reaching out or even establishing your presence, in all these cities, then we should all join hands. And the government obviously has the impetus and the incentive of doing so. All we need is we, again, will be out there really making this happen. The government gives the right direction. They will obviously listen to people like ourselves who are potential investors, who are the practitioners, who would carry and bring the direct experiences, in order to roll the game plans out. But it needs to be, in a way, incorporated and also, in full consensus before this can actually become successful. So this is how I see my role.
This year also marks the 25th anniversary of Macau's return to the motherland. As a participant and also witness of Macau's development since its return, how do you think the SAR could better implement its 1+4 adequate diversification development strategy?
Wow. I think we actually have outdone ourselves in a certain way. The 1+4 was put forward already now for a few years. And we were caught by COVID, of course, which means that already we had a late start. But if you look at even just 2023, in such a short span of 1 year, I think we really have done ourselves a really major credit. What you do is you don't look back and you go immediately into the future and try to regain the momentum, try to really kickstart So in 1 year, we've probably done everything that we could have done the past 3 years anyway. So we made now Macau the capital for concerts and performances. We already, for such a small place with only 600,000 in population, we can manage to do 1 mega sport event a month. So this is really to demonstrate that everybody, when they fully subscribe to the same common goal, and you put your resources to it, and you just don't have to always worry, you just have to, give it your best shot. And this happened.